The exploration session you're in right now is making major moves, finding your FAU fit. Let's go ahead and introduce the folks here on your panel. Outstanding. Like I started off, my name is Angel Nevin. I'm an assistant director in University Advising Services. I'm a proud owl. They can't get rid of me, friends. I'm the class of 05 and the class of 10. Very happily have my bachelor's degree in psychology and my master's degree in education, specifically focusing on higher education. I'm joined here by Heinz and Carl. I'll allow them to introduce themselves.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Carl Brunswick. I am not a owl. I'm a Seminole, so I like to call myself a Seminole. So I have a bachelor's degree in marketing and communications with a master's degree in human resources. So I am a proud Seminole.
We'll take it.
There you
go. Good morning, everyone. Funny enough, so I am a Seminole owl because I also went to Florida State, but I am also a proud owl. So my name is Heinz Fernandez. I am an academic advisor with University Advising Services. I went to Florida State for my bachelor's in criminology, and I came here to FAU for my master's in higher education leadership, much like Angel, and I'm currently doing my PhD in higher education leadership as well.
Sky's the limit here at FAU, friends, PhD bound. All right, so University Advising Services, which is where Heinz and I both work here. We advise first and second year students from about, oh gosh, I'm so sorry, from about 45 credits under. We do academic advising and coaching, and some of the amazing programs that we have to offer our owls are our Access program. We'll get into a little bit more detail as we go further into our program here, but just a quick overview. We have the Access program, we have University Honors program, which is outstanding, and it stands alone from our Jupiter campus. We have Educate Tomorrow and foster youth / homeless population. We have Plus, which is a pre-law program. We have a program specifically for first-generation students, and I am proud to say that I am one of them. And we have specific programming for undecided and undeclared students. We also have an amazing success network that is composed of people that actually are here to help in your success. And we have onboarding and easy advising to ensure that your first semester with us is as smooth as possible. The one thing I hope you gathered from this is that academic advising is so much more than course scheduling. So what we've done is we've created a poll to see what you believe academic advising is. Please go ahead and select your choice from the following options. If you can't see the poll, please let us know in the comments. Oh boy, it sounds like you all were listening. Carl, how many future owls do we have in our session right now? I want to give everyone a chance to participate.
It looks like we have 13.
It went down. We're at 12 now.
We're at 12? Okay, we're at 12 now.
So we're just waiting on one more.
Okay. You're on mute, Angel.
No owls left behind. Do we have one more friend to end our poll?
One person.
One person.
Well, at this point, you know what the answer is, friends.
Exactly. There we go.
So it is definitely D, all of the above. We do help you schedule your courses. We absolutely review your major options and we discuss your academic goals. We're going to go into that discussing academic goals just a little bit more in the next slide here. All of our advisors are trained and love the 6 phases of what is known as appreciative advising. I'm going to hand it over to my colleague Heinz, and he's going to tell you all about it.
Alrighty, so I'm super excited to be able to explain to you all what appreciative advising is. It is a model, as Angel mentioned, that we all use at University Advising Services. So as you can see, appreciative advising is composed of 6 phases. So the first phase is disarm. And disarm, what that is the ability for us to be able to kind of engage you in conversation, our first impressions, and how do we make you comfortable so that way you don't feel necessarily like you're coming in and you're feeling that power dynamic of like someone with some sort of authority. We're trying to make you feel as comfortable so you can talk to us and we can begin that conversation in easy flow. So the next phase is discover. Discover is when we begin asking open-ended questions to really dive into what it is that you would like to do to get to know you more. And so we're taking that intentional approach to just really listen to who you are and what you're all about. Following that is our dream phase. Now, this is one of my favorite phases because this is where we begin dreaming, thinking about what it is that we want to do. So for those of you who came in or are wanting to come in and thinking, you know what, I would love to be a doctor. All right, well, let's talk about that. Why do you want to be a doctor? Tell me about what it is about medicine that gets you so excited. And then that will help lead into our next phase, which is design. That is where you and I, or you and the advisors, we begin designing that plan, that academic route of how are we going to get you from point A to point Z. We want to get you to med school. If that's your dream, let's make it happen. This is what we're going to have to do in the meantime. You got to do these classes. You got to do this prerequisite. You got to get this foreign language. You got to go this. You got to do that. And so we start designing that plan for you. And then from there, we're going to lead into our next phase, which is deliver. And that is, as you would imagine, is just helping make sure that you deliver on what it is that we've planned, right? We want to make sure that you are attending the tutoring, you are completing your assignments, and then you're able to overcome any obstacles that might happen, like that might come in your way, because sometimes that will happen. Obstacles are bound to happen. How do we push forward? How do we maneuver around these obstacles? And then ultimately our last phase, which is don't settle. And this is the concept of making sure that we never settle for less. Once we attain our goals, well, how do we do more? How do we do better? How do we attain more? And so here at University Advising Services, or really here at Florida Atlantic University, we're always going to be striving for your absolute best. And we're never going to settle to reach your maximum potential.
Hello, everybody. My name is Carl Brunswick. I'm the Associate Director of the FAU Career Center at the Davie campus. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the Career Center and how we can help you decide what you want to do as far as a major and what you want to do with your career. So I'm admitting and presenting at the same time. So we agree on. Your major does not absolutely equal your career. For example, I'm a marketing major. No one would have thought by design as a marketing major that I would be a director of career services throughout my career. So your major does not actually equal your career. What you choose to be as your major could just spring launch you into other forms of what you could potentially do as your career. There are a lot of myths that come with, this is what my major is, so this is what my career has to be. One of the great things that we have with the FAU Career Center is a website that is actually called, What Can I Do With This Major? If you see that link there, you can actually click on this link. I'll click on the link for you just to demonstrate to you what it looks like. But if you go to FAU, What Can I Do With This Major? You can actually see what the potential majors are and begin to choose what your career will be. So I'm going to try and click on this link and see what the website looks like. So you click on that link, and here is the page, What Can I Do With This Major? Can everybody see what I'm showing right now? Angel, can you see that?
I can see it, and I just wanted to interject here and tell our friends that even as an advisor, this is one of my favorite pages to use with students.
It really is.
Quite illuminating. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing.
So what major should you think we should pick, Angel? What major should we pick this time? Let's go with psychology. Let's look at psychology. So
Ooh, can we look at English? That's one of those that I
Absolutely.
hear from students. They're like, I love writing and literature, but my parents are very afraid that this is going to result in something
Absolutely.
that's not as lucrative as we're looking for.
So let's look at English. We'll click on English, and as you'll see, this will tell you what your academic program description is, what your major course descriptions, and your IFP checklist. From this, you can see what the related major skills are for this position, which would be argumentation, research skills, creative writing, editing skills. But what I would like to show you is the different sample career titles and what someone with a bachelor's degree in English can pursue as a career. Now, who would have ever thought? Account executive, alumni relations coordinator, an educational therapist, a school psychologist, a curriculum specialist, a financial, let's look at advertising sales agent, because that's one that no one would necessarily think, hey, you know what? I have an English degree. Now I'm going to go into advertising. So let's click on it. And I'll show you how great this website is. You click on the job description and it immediately takes you to the US Bureau of Labor Statistics, which is where people from 2019 all complete their tax returns to show you exactly what they have earned and what it takes to get in that career. The 2019 median pay for someone with the English degree that went into advertising sales is $53,310 a year. Typical entry-level education, high school degree or equivalent, moderate term on-the-job training. Number of jobs in 2019, 139,000. Now, the next two columns is very important. This is a great way for you to research your career, your potential future career. The job outlook in 2019 to 2029, which we, when you as graduates from FAU will be looking for a job, is -6% for that particular position. That means that that industry for advertising sales is declining. They are shrinking 9,000 jobs in the next 10 years. Might not be the best career field for you to go into for that. So let's look at another particular career in education. FAU, what can I do? This major. We'll look at English again. And we will go into, let's say, being a lawyer with an English degree. That is something a lot of people did not necessarily think, oh, I can become a lawyer with the English degree, but absolutely. It's going to require more education, but of course, this could be a segue for you to get into law school with the English degree. The median pay, 122,000. Number of jobs in 2019, 813,000. Now look at the difference in the job outlook. It's 4%. It's as fast as average. That means in the next 10 years, we're going to be looking at an additional 32,000 lawyers in the field who probably had a bachelor's degree in education. So this is why that website is so good for you guys to utilize and so good for you guys to use. So let me get back into our PowerPoint if I can.
Thank you so much for that, Carl.
Absolutely, very welcome.
Always enjoy that.
It's one of my favorite slides, I must say. It's one of my favorite slides. So let me get back to our PowerPoint if I can figure out how to do it. Here we go. Here we go. So ways and steps to find your fit. In the FAU Career Center, you can also utilize what we have called Major Knowledge. It is an assessment tool that will actually tell you what your Holland code is. Your Holland code is what's considered to be your professional identification, so to speak. It will tell you what your personal interests are and what you're strongest in as far as what your honest skill level will be. It will actually tell you, these are your 3 top codes, and these are the careers that we think you could go into. Now, from that major knowledge assessment, if you answer the questions correctly, you can then circle back to identify, hey, this says I'm good in this. Let me look and see what my potential major could be with this degree. So that's what you want to do. Look through a FAU major knowledge. Then you want to meet with your career counselor. You can easily schedule an appointment with the career counselor. That could be me, and we can discuss majors and what you can do with those majors as far as a career. Then you circle back to your academic advisor and say, listen, I've done some now substantiated research on a potential major. I didn't just talk to a friend. I didn't just open up a book, because I'll be honest. I went to, when I was in high school, we had to pick our, it was a private school, and they were like, you know what, you need to pick your major your senior year so you know what you want to work in college. I literally just opened a book and looked at marketing, and I saw they had like 1 million jobs. I go, oh, I will be a marketing major. I wish I had major knowledge, and I wish I had what can I do with my career, because I could have made a more substantial choice. But you know, I'm happy with my choice because it led me here to you to tell you guys, do it better than I did. So then you want to meet with your academic advisor. We also have what is called our carnival of majors. You can actually talk to people that work from those particular colleges that house those majors, and then you can actually talk to them about, hey, what is this fit like for me to be in this major? What are the career objectives? But again, you got your research now. You can understand, hey, you know what? With this major, I can do this career, and this is the path to that. Then you also want to take one of our potential classes called SLS 1301, which is Career and Life Planning. It's a course that can actually teach you how to navigate your career and put all the steps in place to make sure that you have a path to your career. That's what we want to do here for you at FAU. And of course, we have several career fairs throughout the year that can help you facilitate meeting an employer, going on a job shadow your freshman or sophomore year, turning that job shadow into an internship your junior year, turning that internship into a second round of internship your senior year, and turning that internship into a job right after graduation. That is the path that we here at FAU want to help you do on, planning your career. Here's the major knowledge assessment I spoke to you about. Major knowledge is an early exploration tool that helps FAU students identify personal interests and their relationships to career pathways. Major knowledge involves 2 steps. Complete a work interest assessment and then meeting with your FAU Career Center advisor to go over your results. If you see that link there, you may want to take your cell phone out and take a picture of that link, fau.edu/career/major knowledge, and that will be able to give you your first step in engaging in figuring out what type of major that you want to choose. And as I mentioned, FAU is also your internship resource. We have several companies that are looking for you to engage as far as developing an internship. We have both on and off campus internships. You can then register your internship through our Handshake portal, and you can actually receive course credit, whether it be 0 credits, which is just a notation on your transcript, or 1 to 4 credits, which is actually credits that you'll receive to go onto your transcript to show an employer, hey, not only do I have the education to back up me wanting to go into this career, but I actually have tangible work experience that I gained through my time at FAU. And in the Career Center, our appointments are virtual due to the coronavirus right now, but our virtual appointments are just as great and just as good as our face-to-face. You can do a video chat appointment with us or a phone session appointment. Our appointment hours are Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 p.m. Or you can do our drop-in advising if you don't have time to make an appointment. You just want to drop in and get some quick advice on something. We have virtual drop-in advising, and there's no appointment necessary. And our hours for virtual drop-in advising is Monday through Friday, 1 to 4 p.m. And with FAU Career Center, not only do we help you choose a career or major, but we can help you build towards your future. Like I said, choosing a major career is one of the things that we can help you with. We also help you develop a job and internship search strategy. It's all about the strategy. Don't go in blind. We can teach you guys how to be great interviewers as well as great job search strategists. We can help you build your resume, cover letter, and LinkedIn profile. We can also help you connect with employers through our Handshake portal. We can also help you apply to graduate school, and we can help you prepare for interviews. Because I always say, if you go to FAU and you get a 4.0 in the major of your choice, we actually put you in front of the employer of your choice. And when that employer asks you, why should I hire you? And you cannot answer the question, you won't get the job. So let us teach you how to be great interviewers. There is one thing I know I'm great at, and that is interviewing. And my boss likes to continue to remind me, I applied against 107 other people. I was 108, and out of 108, I got a job. So let me teach you how to interview. It's a learned skill, like driving a car or riding a bicycle. We can all learn how to do it and do it better. And that's it from the Career Center.
Alrighty, everyone. So now it's time to talk about our Success Network and what we offer here at Florida Atlantic University. So one of the best things we offer is, as we're mentioning, the Success Network. And what this is a group of talented individuals who are here to help you succeed and help you become a success right after graduation. So if and when the day comes you become an OWL, we offer these different categories. So we offer an academic coach, and these academic coaches are going to give you specialized success coaching. They're going to help you get into workshops that's going to help you with your time management. It's going to help with your study skills. It will help you with test taking. I don't know about you all, but I am horrible at taking tests, and they can definitely help you with that. They will
That's
also,
great, because I'm great at taking tests, so we're a good team.
see, and so this is how we work together, right? And they'll also help you with financial literacy. Academic coaches are able to do so much for you. You have your career coaches, as Carl was talking about. They're going to be here to help you discuss your career paths. They'll help you kind of navigate major knowledge and what does that mean. They're going to help support in your career exploration. They're going to help you get a job. And at the end of the day, you all are coming to the university to get a degree, and then what? Get a job, or rather, not a job, a career, right? Because that's always the most important distinction. Success Network is also going to help you find that niche student population. So are you a veteran student? Are you the child of a veteran? Are you someone who identifies as foster youth? Are you a commuter student? I know that I was a commuter student when I was in undergrad, and even during my graduate program. Still am, quite frankly. If you're in housing, there's targeted resident hall outreach. So I used to work in housing prior to being an academic advisor, and we would always reach out to the students. If we see that you did poorly on a midterm, or maybe you're not showing so much attendance, we're gonna reach out to you. We wanna make sure that you're okay, that you have the resources to be successful. So there is always someone who's gonna be there to help you out. Success Network is also gonna help you out with financial aid. They're gonna help you with being proactive and reaching for grants and applying for scholarships, giving you scholarship information. They'll give you individualized financial aid counseling. And I don't know about you, but financial aid was always pretty kind of hard to navigate when I first came in. I'm also first generation, much like Angel, and it was hard navigating that process. I didn't know what I was doing. And I didn't have this when I went to Florida State. I'm not going to date myself here, but I didn't have this back then. So this is an amazing thing. And of course, then there's us, the academic advisors. And we're being very proactive in our outreach. We are really using our appreciative advising framework to really give you that support, to make sure that we're helping you discover what your passion is and how do we turn your passion and your dreams into a reality. And so I had a quick little poll that I wanted to send out to you all. And let me go ahead and pull this up. All right, I'm gonna launch this. And if you can go ahead and just take a quick second to answer.
I just want to make sure that everyone understands that this Success Network is individualized. There is an actual app that FAU affords called your Success Network, where you will be assigned specific people to assist you with. It's not just another link to another office's website. It is specifically an individual for you.
Very important to mention. We'll give it a couple more seconds. I see about 4 more remaining.
Yep. No owl left behind.
We have our own little parliament of owls right now. We can't leave any behind.
Exactly. So I'll give you about 10 more seconds.
Okay. All right.
Perfect. So most of you got it. You're able to pick out the little trick question that I had in there, or trick service. So no, we do not offer concierge services. We are helping you. We do have kind of a concierge model and where we are helping you and we're really tailoring everything to the individual, but no, there is no concierge service. All right.
Although you might feel like it.
You definitely will feel like it.
Next slide.
Yes, next slide, please.
Okay, so like I promised earlier, we were going to discuss a little bit about the other programs that we offer. Our Access program stands for Academic Coaching and Career Enhancement for Student Success. They offer specifically tailored workshops, peer academic coaches as well, so some friends, some owls that have been through the process, who know a little bit about a little bit. They're there to coach you through that as peers. And let's say even if your success network has been laid out perfectly for you, they have expertise in career services and making sure that you get the connections to the people that you want and need. They're also very good at connecting with tutoring. I can't say enough good things about our tutoring. I know I'm going off on a tangent here, but friends, our tutoring services are above and beyond anything that I've seen at other institutions. We specifically hire students to tutor, students who have done exceptional in their courses. So they not only have that course knowledge, but they also have that institutional knowledge. Our friends are telling you that this is the way this professor typically grades or something of that nature. So you really do have that opportunity, and our Access program can be a perfect segue for you to get into those.
Alrighty, so going into also the other programs that we offer. So one is our University Honors Program. So this is a lower division honors program. So you're talking about our freshmen and our sophomores that we are advising. And it's really designed to provide you all with exceptional and rewarding learning opportunities through our special honors courses. So you'll be taking a class that is SLS 1501, and that's the Introduction to Honors Academic Life. It's basically getting you introduced to what it means to be an honors student, what is the academic rigor going to look like. And we have our engagement program as well. So you'll have specific academic, like peer academic coaches that are there to assist you with most anything really that you need. So a lot of advantages to this is that it could be any major, right? It's not major specific. Because you could be part of the honors program, you will also have smaller class sizes, which means you get to have more of that one-on-one engagement and interaction with the faculty. You're going to get special advising and registration, so you get to register a little earlier than most others, and you also get to have a lot of contact with many of the university's top-ranked faculty. It's all about networking in this world, right? Next slide. All right, so next is our Educate Tomorrow program. And so this is a program at FAU. It's one of my favorites. I have a lot of students that are part of this and I love it. It's a comprehensive program designed specifically for students who have experienced foster care or homelessness. And now this program is able to provide students with wraparound services from admission to graduation, from point A to point Z, as I mentioned earlier, with a goal of creating a strong foundation of support, academic coaching, career advising, and access to services on and off campus. Tracy Ann Burden here is our assistant director who's in charge of Educate Tomorrow, and she is phenomenal with all this. And I should have mentioned it in the previous slide, honors program. Mary Donnie Patterson and Heather Smith, they're in charge of the honors program. And so here, Tracy Ann Burden is in charge of Educate Tomorrow. Next slide. So we mentioned also that we have specific programs for our first generation students. So Stephanie and Monica are in charge of our first gen. They are our first gen liaisons. And so first generation college student is defined, for any of you who are wondering, I don't know if I am classified as a first generation student. Let's help you out with that. So it's defined as a college student whose parents have not earned a degree from a four-year college or university. So for example, my parents, they came from Cuba in 1988. So I'm the first in my family to receive a college education, which makes me a first generation student. Now this program, our liaison, it offers concierge advising services for the following first gen students. any incoming students who needs help with onboarding, so coming into the university, which could potentially be you all, wink, wink. Freshmen and sophomore students who need advising and have questions. We're here to help you, with your classes, of course, like anyone else. And then parents who have questions about helping you navigate college life, because we understand how difficult this process is for everyone. And so we want to make sure that we're kind of help you navigate each and every single process. Next slide, Carl. All right, and next is our PLUS program. And this is also an amazing program we have here. So PLUS stands for Pre-Law University Services. It's headed by Dalel Bader, one of our academic advisors, and she's also an attorney at law. One of our other advisors, Morgan Robinson, and one of from the Career Center, Mitchell Rochelle. He's the advisor for Phi Alpha Delta, which is the pre-law fraternity. Amazing individuals. And so what PLUS does is that it focuses on first and second year students who are interested in pursuing law school after they graduate, right? And so PLUS is going to offer both a starting point and the ongoing support for students who are considering, an approach in law. In support of this mission, PLUS is going to coordinate and provide a variety of services that's going to aid you in 3 particular objectives. One is exploring the legal field. What does it mean to enter the legal realm? They're going to help you identify FAU resources. What can you do to make your time at FAU more successful to get you ready for law school, right? Like maybe joining Phi Alpha Delta or going to writing courses, improving on your writing. And then finally, PLUS is going to help build a foundation for law school applications. For those of you who might consider that, you might not know that you have to go through something called LSAC. And LSAC is where you submit all of your applications. And then from there, that sends it out to all the schools. And that itself can be a little confusing. So PLUS is here to help navigate that with you. So our partners include the Undergraduate Law Journal, our FAU chapter of Phi Alpha Delta, as I've mentioned previously, and of course the Career Center, because ultimately we are all here, we're all owls, and we want to help you succeed.
Hey, Heinz, can I interject really quick here?
Of course.
Can you major in law?
You absolutely cannot. Law.
Oh.
Yeah, and you know what? That's an amazing question, Angie. Thank you for asking. Here's the thing. For any of you considering going into law, there is no major for law. So how do you think you get into law school?
Well, apparently by what Carl just told us, we could even major in English.
Absolutely. And that's one of the best things about
criminology. You can major in business, psychology. All of those can actually lead you to law school.
Oh, so now I understand why this PLUS program is so important.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You need that guidance. I actually know quite a few students, colleagues now. They majored in communication. They went to law school. So, at the end of the day, the PLUS program, it's here to help you kind of navigate that. That being said, if we can go to the next slide, and I want to go ahead and share, no, not that one. So I want to do one more slide with you all, or excuse me, Paul, and right there.
All right, friends.
Just to kind of see where we all stand with that. And then once we're done with this, we'll take any questions that you may have.
All right, those of you who are out there, let us know. Which of these support services do you feel most connected with? Which are you most likely to engage when you become an owl with us?
Okay, any others?
Proud of everybody for voting in this, for letting us know.
Perfect. So first gen, a lot of first gen here. I love it.
Yeah, that's first gen.
Awesome. Well, I think at that point, it's time for us to ask, do you all have any questions? Is there anything that Carl, Angel, or myself can do to help kind of clear up or clarify some things and just kind of make you feel better about, you know, becoming an owl here at Florida Atlantic University.
I can go first. So Heinz, talk to me about what happens if I have AP, IB, or dual enrollment credits.
It's an amazing question, Angel. So best thing you can do with that. So if you get the passing scores, you can submit those scores to our admissions department, get that posted on your transcript. Now that's less credits that you have to worry about once you come to FAU, because those AP and those IB and those A scores are going to count for college questions. College courses, sorry. And that means a couple classes knocked out of your program.
Okay, so what if I'm truly undecided? How do I really find a niche? One of my aunties told me that I should join clubs to see if I can figure out whether or not I have an interest in something. Does FAU have any of those?
Amazing. So Florida Atlantic University actually holds, if I remember the number, a little over 500 different student organizations and clubs. So believe me when I tell you, there is something for everyone. For those of you that like gaming, trust me, there's a lot of organizations here that are really heavy into gaming. Not to mention now with our recent esports being launched, we have a lot to offer with that. But there's clubs for almost anything, fencing, rugby, you name it. So you will be able to find something that can help you definitely find that major later on down the road.
I have to share, go ahead, Carl, sorry, go ahead.
We also have professional organizations and clubs, as well as the fraternity, fraternities and sororities in the Greek life. I am the faculty advisor for my fraternity is Sigma Phi Epsilon. So that's a great way to engage and meet others, as well as discuss with them what your interests are and could lead you to deciding the major.
I love it. I was just looking through to try to find a club that a student would enjoy as their academic advisor and coach. And we found a club on campus that has owls who create their own music. They are in this club with others who create their own choreography. And they are creating their own art together with owl-made music and owl-made dance. Isn't that phenomenal?
Amazing, I like that.
I'm telling you, to have so many opportunities here, you really do find some options that honestly, even as an alum, I was really surprised and excited to see.
Absolutely. Could you have multiple interests? For example, could I study psychology and have another class like Italian as a language?
Absolutely, you absolutely could. As a matter of fact, you can study psychology and you can even minor in a foreign language if you want. Like you can minor in Italian, you can take Italian. Most often than not, you're probably going to need a foreign language depending on your major. So Italian could be that foreign language that you take.
Absolutely.
Sometimes I look at majors and minors as your ability to have that balance. So yes, your major is psychology, and that is very likely where your career will go. But let's not forget about making this an amazing experience in higher education. If Italian's what makes you feel empowered, what makes you feel strong, then we need to find a way to add that in some way.
Absolutely. Do what makes you feel excited about going to school. For example, I chose to want to do a study abroad. So I went to London and studied abroad for a semester, and it wound up being an amazing experience. Not only was that something that I could add to my resume, but it was an amazing cultural experience. I actually went to London and studied film and theater as a marketing major. So it was great. I got to see plays and musicals and, all of these in another country and experience that while I actually was educating myself.
Definitely. And to kind of echo on that, I did an internship opportunity here when I came to FAU. So I didn't get to necessarily study abroad, but I did study, or rather intern in a different state. So I actually spent my summer of 2018 in Rhode Island. I was in Providence. I was working at Brown University, and it was an amazing experience. And for me, what made it more amazing wasn't just the fact that I was in a different state finally, you know, outside of Florida, but I went to travel almost all of New England. So I was really exploring what Rhode Island was like. I was able to explore half of Massachusetts. So I went to Boston, I went to Salem, for any of my Halloween fans out there. I went to Cape Cod, I went to Provincetown, I went to Newport, Rhode Island, I went to New York. I mean, I really traveled that entire area. So, and that was all just because I came here to FAU and I was able to engage in an internship opportunity. So there's a lot of things that you can do here.
Someone asked, how do you apply for study abroad?
Oh, I love the way FAU does their study abroad. So first, it starts off with a faculty member having an interest in a location and being able to use some of that to promote a study abroad program. So each year, each semester, there might be something different and exciting for you to experience. We have a specific study abroad office that works through ensuring that the credits that you take abroad will work toward your major, that it is the fit for you. Again, finding your FAU fit might be in our study abroad office. So making sure that you just connect with that group. They are exceptional professionals.
Okay, someone asked in the chat, hi, I am from Spain, moving to Miami next year. I was wondering if there's any exam I need to take before applying to college. Thank you.
That's a good question. I believe there is. Heinz, can you help me? What is it called? Is it TOEFL? No, it's not TOEFL. It's
TOEFL is
TOEFL.
The TOEFL, yeah. So it's basically the language exam. So it's just making sure that you have an understanding of the English language and that you'll be able to succeed. And by the way, bienvenidos from España, because I'm Cuban, but you know we all speak Spanish. So ¿cómo estás? But yeah, TOEFL would be one of the exams, or actually I think it's the only exam, Angel, if I recall, because outside of that, it's just like.
For our international friends, I believe to get in, that covers that language piece.
Yeah. Right.
Again, we have an office for international student scholars as well. So again, we have professionals who have spent their career looking into and establishing a way to have our students come from other countries and make that, I'm not going to say perfect friend, but make that adjustment to Florida Atlantic University, South Florida as a whole, the United States, things of that nature. So again, I can't speak highly enough of our folks in international student services.
We have another question. This is very interesting. What if your parent has a college degree in the Caribbean, but I still count as first generation?
Honestly? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I don't want to hijack that. Sorry, Angel.
No, hijack.
I'll answer that because it's pretty much a situation that I was in, right? My mom actually was a civil engineer in Cuba. Unfortunately, the United States doesn't recognize the education that she received in Cuba. So me coming here, yeah, I'm first gen. But it's not because of that. It's because it's, you know, the definition of first generation is, do your parents have a 4-year degree from a 4-year institution in the United States? Okay. So coming from outside of the United States, you would still land as a first generation student.
Got it. Good question.
Very good question.
And honestly, even if our answer was no and you still identify as one, you should definitely get involved and be a part of our first gen programming for sure.
Absolutely.
Any other questions, guys?
These are good questions. Keep them coming.
Yeah, keep them coming.
We don't have a ton of people in this session, so again, if you feel more comfortable verbalizing your question, I believe you are able to unmute yourself and use your voice. Trust me, if I end up being your advisor, we're going to talk a lot about your voice, but we'll just leave it here for now.
How long does it take a language? As long as you want, really. How long can you take a language class at FAU? Yeah, you know, depending on your major, you may have or may not have a foreign language requirement. So if, let's say in the sense that you do have a foreign language requirement, you only need a level 2. once that, you're good to go. But if you wanted to continue taking a foreign language class, you could turn that into a minor. So you can continue that for all 4 years of your experience here at FAU. So it doesn't have to be strictly a 2-class done type of thing. You can just continue it moving forward.
We have a languages and linguistics department here, so you can study language for
You muted Angel there.
as long and as deep as you kind of would want to. We have everywhere from freshman to senior level language courses. Sky's the limit, friend. You're now fly.
I actually kind of to echo off of that, we also have a linguistics major where you're going to be studying language predominantly. I mean, that is the basis of your major. So something to think about.
And I would like to add, as far as employers are concerned, United Nations, if you have 3 or more languages under your belt, you could actually work for United Nations as a translator. And that's actually a huge field.
I'm so excited that you mentioned that. I graduated in the class of 05. We won't mention that too much. But I graduated with a friend who was in languages and linguistics and currently works at the UN.
There you go.
Yes.
They match you
Nice.
right up if you have more than 3 languages under your belt. They are obsessed with that. And just to talk about employers, you know, we've had the FBI come in and do an information session. We just had the gaming company EA. They came and did a presentation just yesterday, which was fantastic. We have the CIA that's involved. And of course, you know, we have the military and things like that. They are looking for various majors, especially people with multiple languages.
And even if you speak just 2 languages, even if you're bilingual, it's still like a commodity. You are still very marketable. Like for me, I speak English and Spanish. And then if you want to call Spanglish a 3rd language, we'll call that too. But honestly, even with 2 languages, you're very marketable. So if you can dominate a 2nd language, you're in a very good position here.
Absolutely. And working with friends like Carl and our Career Center will help you sell that commodity.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Someone asked, if you haven't taken 2 years of language in high school, can you still apply to FAU?
You know what? That's right out of my wheelhouse. I know that FAU does have a foreign language entrance requirement, but what that is composed of, I can't really say with certainty. I think that's an outstanding question to ask for our admissions folks. Typically, it's as easy as emailing admissions@fau.edu.
Hi, Angel?
Yes.
Hi, I can jump in. I'm an admissions counselor for FAU.
Yes,
so
outstanding.
Awesome. Okay, so you don't need to take a foreign language, meet the foreign language requirement in high school. If you don't meet that, you, however, do have to meet the foreign language requirement here at FAU. So you can enter FAU without having those 2 years, but you need to make those 2 years up once you're an OWL at FAU. So I hope that answers your question, guys. Thank you.
That's outstanding. Thank you so much.
Clutch.
I mean, just in the past, 45 minutes, you're seeing, honestly, how well we work together, how seamless some of our relationships are. So I really hope you have enjoyed this so far. Please hit us with any other questions. We have just about 5 more minutes, friends.
I see here. Hi, the website you used to see the different majors, I think it was called Outlook. The Outlook is different, but we'll get into that. Can you check to see about being a sports medicine physician and how far you can go in that profession?
I'll type in the website address.
So I think the first word that really jumped out to me was physician. So you want to hit that first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking maybe a bio major, health science, things of that nature.
How could I get in sports medicine or health information management? You know, that can also lead down that path. But bio, health information management, look into those and see if those can direct you to that field.
And we have another question. How could I get in touch with the International Student Services Office? I believe, I can actually post that if I can pull that up really quick.
I actually have it, Heinz.
Oh, even better.
Yep. Oh my gosh. Christina's got it for us too. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Right. So we make our websites pretty difficult. That's sarcasm. It's fau.edu/international. If you want tutoring, it's fau.edu/tutoring.
And if you have any other questions about whatever site we have, just always go to Google and type in FAU tutoring or FAU majors, and it pops up pretty quickly.
Oh my gosh, I'm always so impressed by how efficient the Google actually is. It's almost always between that first and third.
Absolutely.
And you can put in some like just random stuff like international FAU student, first one.
Yeah, right there. It pays to work for the States.
Well, we are powered by Google, so.
We are powered by Google. That's what we come up first. That's what we come up first. Okay, any other questions, guys? We have a few more minutes.
Well, thank you very much for joining us here. As you can see in the chat, our admissions colleague has gone ahead and told you which room you are going to next.
Thank you, everyone. It's been a pleasure to get to know you all. Nice to meet you all.
Thank you all.
And good luck at FAU. Go Owls.
Woo!